everybody to make it through this sea of blue and silver. Mandy, Pat McAfee.
All right.
Oh, my.
This is right in your wheelhouse, man.
Oh, a bunch of drunks on the street. This is where I'm at. I am at home.
This is great. Let's talk about the games today. Some serious football here. There might be some people drowning their sorrows if they were to fall and stumble today. There's some season-saving and some season-ruining games. You look at Tennessee, UAB's pretty good. You can't lose to Georgia State and UAB in the same year. Purdue could become ineligible for a bowl with another loss. Nebraska's fighting for bowl eligibility. Yeah. When you look at those teams, you got Mississippi State and Arkansas too, Vanderbilt, South Carolina. What do you think when you look at those games and teams sort of fighting for their season first week in November?
Well, I think Nebraska has been a big-time disappointment. I think a lot of big-brained humans in the college football world said, hey, this team's going to make a mark, potentially make a run to the playoffs. Very young, turn the ball over a lot. That's just not something that Frost is going to be able to do. And Tennessee is not well-liked in this particular city.
Right, exactly.
You guys like the Volunteers?
Play to it.
You don't like the Volunteers? Listen,
I like them better in football than basketball.
Home losses against Georgia State and BYU, to me, their season went south quick. They cannot bounce back.
Tennessee,
done.
see, man,
I think they're playing better now.
They're playing better, but they can't
surprised.
Those losses will stick in the memories of their fans.
But see, man, they've been struggling for a long time, and the way their season started, I thought they were gone.
Yeah.
And then they started to kind of buy into this new culture. Jeremy Pruitt, man, I think they're going to go to a bowl game.
Let's just say what it is. Tennessee has stunk for a long time.
0-1 was their last great team.
Absolutely.
First 7 games, they stink.
Yes.
Then they beat South Carolina, who beats Georgia. Who knows if they're turning around down there in Rocky Top.
I think they are.
But you look at this, too, Mississippi State, Arkansas, that could have a big bearing on the future coaches as well. But you also have teams who are playing to make their season. And while Memphis and SMU have been right in the middle of this division fight, so too is Navy. Navy had a bye week this week and also played UConn, which is sort of the same thing.
Whoa.
Absolutely. Did you see that?
Whoa. I got to watch Navy Memphis here, and Navy had the lead over the Memphis Tigers, and they showed incredible resilience. This Navy team, obviously, honorable American badasses. What they got going on is incredible, but to beat the dog grumpy out of UConn has to feel good for the people in Annapolis.
And man, we've kind of gotten trained over the years. We go to Army, Navy every year, and Navy's kind of had the upper hand. Army the last couple of years, but Navy looks like they're back to being the team that Coach Ken typically has. Great player, Malcolm Perry.
Yeah, Army's been scuffling a little bit this year, too. Navy, not so much. Navy still with 1 loss in this division. They're in the same division as Memphis and SMU.
Yeah, run the ball extremely well, very disciplined. I tell you, they put it on UConn, but we know coming to this game, UConn was a pretty terrible team.
Yeah.
We talked about them in UMass about a couple weeks ago.
No doubt.
They're bad.
Yeah.
Where were you last
You were
night?
at SmackDown last night.
Yeah, what happened?
I was in
wrestling.
Buffalo, New York with Friday Night SmackDown, and now I get a chance to be amongst the incredible drunks of Memphis, Tennessee. It's been a wild 12 hours.
I would say, and about to get wilder if you get down to the Memphis before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we're going to have some stone cold people in the middle of the ring later on tonight. Top-ranked boxing main event for the WBC Junior Welterweight title. Miguel Burchelt for the 6th time taking on Jason Sosa, 10:30 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN app, and ESPN Deportes.
You can almost see the set from here.
Just about.
Yeah.
Hey, they showed up here.
They did.
Look, people, look at
that way.
They showed up.
Yeah. This is awesome.
You know what? We got so many fans here, but we've got David Pollock, who has the Pizza Hut home team fan.
Hey, Memphis has got it cooking, not just in football, but obviously in college basketball. But how about some stars over here? Jaren Jackson, Ja Morant. How about the city, man? How about this? I mean, this scene, this is sick.
Let's go, Green!
Hey, we're turned up all the time. That's how it is. So, you know, I'm just hyped to see everybody out here. It feels like Obama came or something like that.
Welcome to the city. What you think?
It's crazy. Definitely a great showing for us, and just show what type of city we have here and the love they show.
All right, so if we're talking about the crowd and we're talking about football, you would be the QB and just throw it up, throw a jump ball up, stand up.
Yeah. Hey.
By the way, look at this. Like, I mean, are you kidding me? Like, go get it.
Yeah. Catch me a play.
Catch it and throw it, man. I tell you what, Reese, it's a great scene. They got to cook it in every part of the city.
That's a couple of really good cornerstones for the Grizzlies here with John Morant, who is a remarkably creative guy, and Jaren Jackson, who's just growing by leaps and bounds. Playoff expectations for Georgia preseason. That all gets washed away. They can't handle the Gators this afternoon. Defining game in Jacksonville for Kirby Smart's team. And also strength. Got to be strong. Move that weight. Get on that trap bar. Gene Wojciechowski talks to us.
It's a fine line that you have there to get the athletes to do what they're supposed to, and yet have them doing the right things.
Yeah. And in the midst of this party, sea of women's building, there's the man, Mike Norvell. I think he's working the selfie cam, but I can't see our giant jumbotron from here.
I can't see anything.
Joins us.
I can't see anything.
This place is awesome.
Mike, let's just start with the obvious. What's your reaction?
Absolutely incredible. So grateful for you guys being here in Memphis. Grateful for all of our Tiger Nation and for everybody showing out. This is definitely a special day for Memphis.
Mike, a huge game. Game day comes into town, but you made a decision. You brought your team here yesterday to walk down here and experience this. Why?
Because this is special. This is something that all of our players, since they were little kids, have wanted to be a part of, and they've earned it. They've worked. They've put themselves in a position to be able to have this opportunity. And I believe you got to embrace the moment. And this is a great day for Memphis. It's a great day for our team, and it's going to be an incredible showcase tonight. And we're proud to be a part of it.
Mike, it's going to be a showcase for an extraordinary redshirt freshman named Kenny Gainwell. What did you see in him early on that perhaps foretold what the rest of the country's seeing?
Well, he's just such a special player. He has his versatility of what he brings. Obviously, you see the things he can do out of the backfield, but the versatility, be able to split him out as a receiver, his ball skills, route running ability, and then his work ethic. That's what people don't see. The way that he comes to practice each and every day, he's a student of the game, and he's really every single day trying to be the best version of himself.
Talking to your players this week, over and over, they use the word explosive to describe what you guys have done offensively. How would you describe it?
Well, this is a system that's built for playmakers, and my job is to make sure that we're able to highlight all the skills and talents that our guys have and do it in a variety of different ways. And so I'm fortunate to coach an incredible group, and these guys spend a lot of time in their preparation, and so we just try to showcase them on a game day. Speaking
of playmakers, you were one back in the day yourself. Central Arkansas, still the leader in career receptions there. Coach, just break it down for us right there.
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, that was right before my redshirt sophomore year, and I worked at inner city youth camp, and I was coaching this team, and they said, Coach, if we win this competition, we want to braid your hair. And so I guess I gave him extra inspiration, and I finished with an unbelievable hairdo. And now the poor decision was going back to school and taking the picture on media day. So don't do that. I tell my guys, man, you never know when this picture might show up. And the first time that picture ever came out was my first day here on the job when I got the head coaching job, head coaching position. One of my players showed me this. Said, Coach, is this you? I said, you're dang right it is.
Coach, a sold-out Liberty Bowl. Your message to everybody on Beale Street right now, everyone that's going to be coming to the Liberty Bowl tonight, what do you need?
Man, we need an unbelievable home field advantage. Our guys love playing in the Liberty Bowl. The greatest thing about Memphis is who we represent. And our guys, we've got an incredible group of young men. They prepare at an extremely high level. They're passionate to improve every single day. We need all the Tiger Nation to be loud, enjoy the moment, embrace the moment, and let's go shine and put on for our city.
Reese, one more time. Let's let the coach who built it take it in. Take a look, Mike.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
They are loyal to their hometown heroes here in Memphis, hold them in high esteem, and they've got a team full of them tonight that'll go against SMU and try to knock the Mustangs from the ranks of the unbeaten. In Jacksonville this afternoon, it'll be Georgia and Florida. 7th top 10 matchup in series history. Back when Danny Werfel played, he just dominated the Bulldogs. Steve Spurrier's fun and gun was at its height. Werfel just eviscerated a Georgia team that really, Danny, epitomized the frustration that Georgia had with Florida at the time. And on the playing field, he could make a football do magic things. His SEC record for touchdown passes of 114 stood for a decade and a half and was barely approached during that time. but Wuerffel might have the longest lasting impact on a ball that he hands off and then takes back from another handoff. Jen Latta has the story.
Anyone that's been really successful, signing an autograph for a fan becomes a part of your experience.
He's going for Anthony. And how about Danny Wuerffel?
Danny Wuerffel's the best player to ever play college quarterback, I'll tell you that.
For Florida fans, Danny Wuerffel's autograph evokes memories of a Heisman Trophy and a national championship. But in 2002, the quarterback walked away from football to a career giving back at Desire Street Ministries. In 2007, Wuerffel's work brought him to a small town in Louisiana.
There was a church that we had worked with at Desire Street that they were doing some work in Donaldsonville at a dream center, a recreation center for kids. They asked if I would be a part of an event and speak and play with the kids.
They come from a lot of troubled homes and dysfunctional homes. For someone to come in and just want to love on them for just because, that meant a lot.
At the end of the night, to just express their gratitude, instead of me signing stuff, all the kids signed their autographs and they gave that football to me.
Wuerffel kept the ball in his office, a constant reminder of the time he shared with the kids from the Donaldsonville Rec Center.
The more I thought about it, the more it sort of grounded me in a sense. This sort of reminded me that every single person matters.
In 2011, one day after Desire Street's annual fundraiser, which coincides with the Florida-Georgia game, Wuerffel had an idea.
We had Herschel Walker there, and he and I had signed a ball, and we auctioned it off. I think it went for $10,000. Maybe we could make a statement at our event by auctioning off this ball and prove that there is value in every human being.
Here tonight, guys like myself and Spurrier or Tebow or Dooley sign footballs, and we auction them off for thousands of dollars. But this one means the most to me because this was a ball donated to me by a group of inner city kids from Louisiana years ago.
We got 4,000. Yes. 5,000.
People started bidding, which helped me feel better, and they just kind of went back and forth. And then I just remember David Hodges.
$11,000.
And it just blew me away.
I quickly realized the impact it was having just on me, you know, to kind of motivate yourself to serve others. I just called Danny and I said, hey, what if I donated this ball back and you guys did this again next year and we could try to make it a kind of an annual event.
And so, every year since 2012, the Donaldsonville ball is auctioned off, returned to Wuerffel a year later, and auctioned off again, with all the proceeds benefiting Desire Street Ministries' mission.
Last year, I think we were at about 84,000 total. That was our sort of motivation that, hey guys, if we can get this up to 100, not only is it a great number, but we don't think this has ever happened before.
16,000 to bid back there. Ladies and gentlemen, that brought us to a total of $100,000.
The kids who signed the ball aren't kids anymore. They're a youth pastor and a city worker, a cook, and a caretaker. And they're part of something bigger, signatures that have become significant, leaving their mark on communities like theirs.
What? You mean the kids from this community, in this city? There's a little signature on there. And that ball worth that much? Wow. And they say nothing good can come out of Donaldsonville, huh?
What they did as just a gesture of gratitude has been multiplied to help so many people.
And multiplied again. Earlier this week, the Donaldsonville ball went for $35,000. Another donation of $15K brought the total raised by that football to $150,000. Joining us now from Jacksonville is Gator legend and SEC Nation's Tim Tebow. Tim, Florida has put together terrific game plans against the Auburn defense and against LSU. What do you expect to see the Gators to do offensively today?
Well, I think they're going to try to be multiple. Look for a lot of different formations from Dan Mullen, especially early in the game. Look for him to put 3 receivers to one side, a tight end on the backside to be able to show Kyle Trask. If it's man, who's covering him? If it's zone, look for him to go to the field. If it's man, look for him to work his tight end. A lot of different formations, shifts, and motions, because that's a way he can identify what Kirby Smart is doing on defense. I think that will be a huge key to calm Kyle Trask in this game and make his eyes not as fast spreading around the defense, but really able to lock in on one position and be confident in where he's going.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. Tim Tebow joining us from Jacksonville. You know what? This is the day for Georgia. They've sort of stumbled around the last few weeks. See what the Dogs have today.
Well, the perception is Georgia's stumbling into this game.
They are.
Giving up 10 points a game.
Offensively.
The best that they've had since Kirby's been there. They've got to figure out a vertical passing game to have any chance today of moving the ball against Todd Grantham's defense. That's the key to the game.
They're a well-balanced football team. They're number 3 in the conference in offense. As you mentioned, number 1 in scoring defense. But this is going to be a low-scoring defensive game.
Could be.
46 is the under. Take it.
Take the under.
I got you, Coach. Yeah, I agree. I think that Georgia's going to have some balance now. You know they can run the ball. They're going to have to throw the ball. I think they're going to hit at least 2 deep passes in this game because everyone's telling them they can't throw it deep. So I like Georgia in this game.
Cager being back is big for the back shoulder fade, go up with his height, make a play.
Saw Fromm make some great throws to Cager on the back shoulder fade against Notre Dame. Florida's got both those cornerbacks ready this time. Much more coming